Written together, episode 1.00. This is not a family show.
Hello.
I'm Summer.
I'm Janice.
I'm Dee.
I'm Kevin.
And this is
Written
Written Together.
Together.
Every season, we work collaboratively to tell a different story.
Each episode of the season, one of us extends the story from where the last person left off.
The rest of us don't know what's in store, so it's an adventure for everyone.
Absolutely, it cannot be a family show. Then I should not be writing on this thing.
So join us for fun,
For mystery,
Creativity, but most of all,
to be delighted by stories
Written
written together.
hey there, this is Kevin. What you are about to hear first is a conversation between Summer and me, followed by a conversation between Janice, Dee, and me. That's the lay of the land for what you're about to hear, and we will be better about introducing ourselves in the future. I promise. Enjoy. So, how you doing, Summer?
And who it's a Monday.
I know, right?
Best I can do.
Another day, another week.
I can't figure out how we got back around to Monday so fast. We just had Monday yesterday.
I know, right? It's crazy. Let's see. I am very glad that we finally got our feet under us with this and started making this a reality. I mean, you and I have been talking about this for a very long time.
Ever since I started getting CVS receipts from California.
Oh, I thought it was from Florida.
Oh, Florida, that would be a whole nother can of worms.
Oh my goodness. I'm not kidding. This whole entire time I thought it was Florida, and it just made perfect sense. All of these stories that we were creating because of this guy was from Florida, Florida man. It just
Florida man.
fit. Oh, man.
Should we fill in our listeners about what we're talking about?
Yes, please.
So I was lucky enough to get a Gmail address that is my first initial and my last name, which is also a very common first initial and last name. So I get lots and lots of emails that don't belong to me. I've been informed about bachelor parties that I was apparently invited to. I've been part of retirement community garden action plans. I've been asked why I didn't donate blood in Canada last week. But my favorite has been an ongoing set of receipts from some person in Solana Beach, California. Now, what's so great about this is my name when I do stuff for Wizard School was Solana. So it was really crazy that I started getting all of these receipts from Solana Beach. So I opened them because I'm nosy and I'm like, hey, cool, Solana Beach. Turns out this is definitely Dexter. I don't know what is going on with this guy, but constantly he's buying plastic bags, duct tape, rope, room deodorizers, energy bars, lotion, lots and lots of lotion, dry shampoo, bottled water, like everything you would need to have a ditch in your basement, keep somebody alive just long enough to torture them, kill them, wear their skin, and bury the bones. And then he starts all over again with a whole nother set of the exact same stuff. And what's great is he goes to like 6 or 7 different CVS's in the span of like 3 days so that no one can, be the wiser.
Oh,
So
man.
I started sending these receipts to Kevin and our friend Dee and said, we got to keep tabs on this. We definitely need to podcast everything this guy buys. And then we're either the biggest crime solvers in the history of all crime solvers, or we listen to way too many true crime podcasts. And now we think we're geniuses. Either way, pure entertainment.
And the fact that it just kept happening over and over and over again, going in and buying like duct tape and room deodorizers once, okay, fine, maybe. But the fact that he kept doing it over and over again, whoa, man, super eyebrow raising.
Yeah, the only other explanation I can think of is maybe he runs a home cleaning service, because what else do you possibly need that many trash bags for?
Seriously. Oh my gosh. All right, now that conclusion sounded way too reasonable. I'm going to cut that.
Well, the other things too, the lotion, the dry shampoo, I don't know. There's definitely something going on with this guy.
Yeah. So then all of this talk turned into telling stories and extending the stories like you used to do around the campfire. Somebody would start a story, light a match, and then when the match went out, the next person would light a match and pick up the story where it left off. And then that would just continue all around the circle. And the idea of creating those stories was so electric. I mean, I really was excited about that. I know you got really excited about that. And when we pulled in our other friends, Dee and Janice, into the mix, it just felt like we were brought together for this very purpose. I mean, I felt that way.
I couldn't agree more.
So in this first episode, which really isn't a first episode, it's more, I'm labeling it episode 0. It's more of a behind the scenes. We've talked a lot about this in abstract terms, but we really haven't had a lot of specifics nailed down. So we got together to get some specifics done so that we could finally get this train on the track, so to speak. And this recording, which everyone is about to hear, is us, sans Summer, unfortunately. Sorry you couldn't join us.
Sorry.
Talking about how we want to proceed and filling in all those details. It's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to this taking off.
Oh, I am too. I think it's funny because it's something that you and Dee and I sort of do organically all the time anyway. Someone will throw something out there and we'll just riff and riff and riff, and suddenly it becomes something so far beyond what it had started as, but it all works.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun to turn that kind of conversation that we just sort of naturally do into an actual event that other people can participate and listen to and join in. And I always like being the person to throw that like left turn where you think things are going one way and I'm like, yeah, no. Now you get to work with this. Good luck. So I'm looking forward to that especially.
Fantastic.
I feel sorry for whoever is after me in the storytelling narrative line.
Oh, well, what's coming up right after this? We hear who gets to write the first episode. We do not divulge what the subject matter is. We don't talk about we're saving that for episode 1, but we do find out who writes the episode. So that is going to be exciting. Great. Well, Summer, thank you for joining me for this intro. And sure. I hope everybody enjoys this little behind the scenes look at us trying to get our act together.
We're going to do it. We're going to make it. We got this. We've been practicing.
All right. So let's see.
Oh no, I'm leaving the meeting. No, I'm kidding.
What are we going to talk about today? So I felt like we should kind of get some loose ends squared away. I chatted with Summer last night, and her schedule is just really packed full right now.
Yeah, that can happen.
So let's talk about how we want to frame this up.
I like the curtsy you did when you said frame. You didn't even realize it.
I did.
You were like, how to frame with a curtsy. And I was like, okay, I get where he's going. Sure.
That's getting edited out.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So is this going to be a once a week thing? Is it going to be every other week? Should it be once a month? I think once a month would stretch it to its thinnest point.
Yeah,
If
I
we
agree.
did it more than once, if we did it longer than that, we would lose people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Once a week would probably be ideal for the ideal versions of us.
Yes. Yes.
But I think that would get very taxing very quickly, and then we would lose
Yes.
interest.
Yeah.
So here's my proposal. We aim for every other week. So we would release an episode every 2 weeks. And
Mhm.
then if something happens in those interim weeks where we want to do an episode, not part of the series, not part of the story series, but just kind of maybe a behind the scenes thing, or
Yeah, like what they call an interstitial inside
Interstitial.
of a... Thank you. I can never say it right. I know how to spell it, of course, but I don't know how to say it. Where you have these little like snippets come in that don't really take away from the story, but they just sort of add to the growth and the kind of world building of
Hey, that's cool.
everything around you. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like if we were discussing things together that don't have to do necessarily with the storyline, but just kind of in the world that we're trying to create with Written Together or whatever it is that we want to do, it wouldn't take away from the storyline, and people who are interested more in us, or,
Right.
other things outside of just the story, that they would have something to be able to listen to. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
They would get to know us more, which would
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't
And
you agree, Summer?
Summer.
Yes.
I think that's wonderful.
All right, cool. Yeah, that works. I think that works.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's
write
good.
that down.
I am going to have to defer a lot to you guys though, because you have more of a stricter 9 to 5 schedule, Monday through Friday. Mine are mostly weekend evenings because the job is from Friday to Monday,
Oh,
working
right.
evening.
Okay.
So it's
And
mostly because you guys have more of a stricter schedule than I do. So hair flip. No, I'm kidding. Really.
what is your general schedule like during the weeks, Dee?
So Mondays, I'm in all day. So Mondays are out. My meeting heavy day is Thursday. Fridays, I never schedule a meeting if I can help it. Often I put things on my schedule just to block them, but they're not real
Yes.
because I'm a liar.
Love it.
I'm like, I have a meeting from
I know.
10 to 2. There you
You're like,
go.
it's called self-care. Look it up.
Yes. So Fridays are amazing. I can do any Friday and I can do any Wednesday.
That's awesome.
Wednesdays actually are pretty open, he says without checking his calendar.
Yeah. And I was just like, I still have softball on Wednesdays.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I have softballs. Wow. Let me rephrase that. I have softball on Wednesdays and Saturdays. However, not always at the same time. And it's always about an hour to 2 hours. And that's it.
During the day on Wednesday or at night?
No, at night on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at night for you is earlier for me.
Yes. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. All the time things.
Yeah, because all of you are on the East Coast and I am the only person on the West Coast. In all of my messages, I've tried to only use East Coast timing so that if there's going to be somebody confused, it's only going to be one person instead of 3 people.
Right.
The needs of the many. So I'm looking at my calendar, and as I suspected, Thursdays and Fridays are my 2 big open days.
How about you, Dee?
Just not Thursdays for me. Thursdays, I have
Thursdays,
meetings all days.
Yeah.
Fridays are awesome. It seems like it.
Okay. So Fridays, okay, so we have to remember Summer did say that she has a standing Friday morning meeting. So we'll have to circle back and break the paradigm and check with
I've been dying to hear circle back in a Zoom meeting. I've never heard one before. I'm so excited.
Finally, bingo. Yeah, we'll have to touch base with Summer and
Put a
see
pin in
if-
it.
We'll
Is
put
that
a
what
Yeah,
we're
we'll put a pin in it and circle back.
That's great. But tentatively, let's kind of keep in mind that Friday so far looks to be like it's going to be the better day.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be earlier in the day. Like if she has a standing meeting in the morning, we can do this in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
Fridays are great because then once we've done the recording, we can talk about what the next Friday is going to look like. And we have a good week, including the weekend, to develop whatever storylines we need or whatever, kind of really dig into it so that by the next Friday, we're not like scrambling for whatever
Right.
it is we need to do.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay, one other thing. What length, rewind. How long do
I
we
mean, the
want
hand gestures were great with it too.
How long do you think we should aim for these episodes to be? Or should we not think in those terms? We should let the story have the freedom to be as long as it needs to be for any given episode.
I think when it comes to the writing part, That should probably dictate how long they're going to be. However, knowing how long it takes to read something, I mean, I know short story lengths, because basically one of the chapters is going to be a short story length, which would probably be between 5 to 10 pages. It all depends on how long form you want your chapter to be. We can discuss that after the first chapter is written. So I guess that the question I would have to ask first would be, who is writing the first episode? Bum, bum, bum. Are you writing it, Kevin?
Me? Why me?
I'm just asking.
So I think the length of time needs to be, we should try it out first
Yeah.
and see, and then we'll get a rhythm, and then we'll get a beginning, middle, and end as we continue,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like it's kind of like a pilot episode where the pilot episode is like an hour long, and then you start watching the show and it's like 35 minutes and it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
that changed.
exactly.
But okay. You know?
Because the first one, we have to explain a bunch. We have to introduce a
Yeah.
bunch. We have to so that's my thoughts.
Okay. All right. And what do you think about having this, what we're doing right now, be kind of the episode 0 intro to the intro to the series show? Intro to the show episode 0. Written together, episode 0.
Obviously, we're going to have to cut some things since
No.
that was happening.
I'm pressing send right now.
Make sure you edit that part out in the middle.
Yeah,
Your
right.
clap claps. I don't know. I mean, that sounds pretty cool to me. What do you think, Dee?
Oh, I don't care. I'm game.
I like informal podcast talking.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the, professional term or whatever, but like yeah, doing the interaction and everything. I really like listening to that kind of thing because it makes me feel more comfortable. And then when you go into the readings, you know that it's more structured. But that whole like too structured thing at the beginning of podcasts, I'm always like, skip, like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to
yeah.
hear people being people, like,
Yeah, I get it. I hear you. Okay, so cool. All right, do you want me to spin the wheels of randomness? For people who are just listening and can't actually see us right now, I'm about to spin our wheels of random. Those wheels of random we've got 2 wheels. One wheel has all of the potential
Subjects?
Yes, one wheel has all of the potential subjects.
Well
Yes, thank you. One wheel has all the potential subjects, and one wheel has all of our names. And I have them in here multiple times so that it just, I don't know, it looks neater rather than big fans of our name circling around. Right? Okay, here we go. Boop and boop.
That is not the official sound of the wheel of randomness, but
I kind of hope it is.
but
I need
but
you
I'm-
to edit that
I'm kinda
part,
liking
and then
that.
it'd be like boop and boop every time, every time,
Yes.
every single time.
I think we need
promise.
boop and boop. Yeah. It is now the
Okay.
official sound of the wheel of randomness. Yeah.
Guess whose name I got? Janice.
Oh, is it me doing first?
Yeah, if you want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Says the writer. Okay, let's the fresh writing begin. No, what?
Okay, so your subject.
Way to make
is-
that bar really hard, really high for the non.
Yeah.
Like,
I
let's
know.
start with like the writer.
Right, exactly. Show us how it's done, Janice.
Yeah, no pressure. God, they'll be like, really? Was she the writer? Are you sure?
Oh dear. Okay, so the subject is well, if I say what the subject is, we kind of have to talk about what the season is what the season
Okay,
is all
so
about.
don't say it then.
Okay.
Should we say it now or should we wait until we're going to be like doing the
We'll save
first
it for episode
episode?
1. Yeah, no, you're right. We'll save it for episode 1. Janice, but you are writing it. I will tell you what your subject is after I'll tell you what your subject is off air, and then we'll do that. That's great. Cool. Excellent. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. This is a good time for us to get up to. This is a good time for us to stop, not get off. Cut that out. This is a family show, Janice.
Absolutely, it cannot be a family show. Then I should not be writing on this thing.
No.
This is not a good
This is not a
idea.
family show. It is not a
Fail.
family
Not
show.
gonna happen.
No, NSFW, please.
Oh, it's our new intro.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for popping in and helping take care of some of this admin stuff. I really appreciate it. I'll try to put this together in an interesting thing or what have you, and I'll send it out to you too. I'll send it out to the group so everybody can take a listen if you want.
Excellent. This is going to be a good time.
Great. All right. So bye everybody. I'll see you, or we will see you.
Did you?
My heart stopped there for a second because I thought that I had not started the recording again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would do.
I definitely heard her tell us.
Yes.
Good,
Oh,
right,
that's right.
good,
Yeah,
good. All right.
that's right.
Okay. All right. Cutting that out. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Background music and sound effects courtesy of Zapsplat. Check him out at zapsplat.com. If you'd like to know more about Written Together and the stories we've told, visit us at writtentogether.com.